All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rokah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson on how the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, the Lord will punish you for all your iniquity. All right, and that's paraphrasing from Amos, the third chapter. All right, which I'm gonna read here in a second. All right, but Lord Will's brothers can see on the screen. I have this article here from the RT News, and it says poverty in Argentina soars to a record high. All right, and the people of Argentina, the majority of people in Argentina are Israelites from the tribe of Naphtali. All right, or Naphtaliah. All right. Um, and well, I'm just going to go ahead and just read the article. But basically, they're suffering through a major inflationary period, a hyperinflationary period. Their cash is pretty much worthless. All right, like the article right here is going to say. Matter of fact, let me read this first part right here. It says, shock therapy reforms have propelled prices for basic goods higher and led to a sharp drop in purchasing power. A new study shows. Right, and the same thing happened to the people in Venezuela, which those people also in Venezuela are also Israelites. All right, and the same thing that happened to them. All right, basically their cash basically went to basically zero. All right, the purchasing power of their cash went to basically nothing. All right, the purchasing power went to basically nothing, zero. And then we saw the results of that. People breaking into zoo animals, people eating each other, chewing on their ears. All right, a few years back. Now you don't hear nothing about Argentina. Slovakia, about Venezuela. Period. It's hard to find information about Venezuela now. All right, so it looks like Argentina is going down that same path. All right, ultimately this is going to happen in America as well. All right, the cash is going to be completely and utterly worthless. All right, and through that, all hell will break loose through that, just like you saw in Venezuela. All right. So it says poverty levels in Argentina hit a multiple year high in January following the dramatic economic reform carried out by newly installed President Javier Milei, if I pronounced it right, the Social Debt Observatory of the Catholic University of Argentina, uh, UCA, said in its latest report released this past weekend. It says according to the data, the shares of people in poverty in the country surged to 57.4% last month, and the highest since 2004, and up from 44.7% in the third quarter of 2023, prior to Malay's uh, taking office. Right. So again, it said that according to the data, the shares of the people in poverty in the country surged to 57.4%. So that's a vast majority of the people there. All right. Last month, the highest since 2004, and up from 44% in the third quarter of 2023, prior to Malay taking office. And what he called shock therapy reform, the new Argentina, which he's a part of the system. All right, he's made it clear that his allegiance is to the small hats. All right, I believe he's even calling himself a small hat, which he probably is. All right, his forefathers could go back to Amalek. All right, because again, he's small hats to pledge his allegiance to Esau. He's willing to do whatever Esau wants him to do, even though he which I don't know much about the guy, but it was like the little information that came out about him, saying that basically he was like Trump, he was a rebel and all that. But he got in there, and then now he's clearly making it clear who his allegiance is to, and it's not to the Argentinian people. All right, and what he called shock therapy reform, the new Argentinian leader has introduced a slew of measures aimed to stabilization Argentina's struggling economy, including devaluing the peso by 50% against the U.S. dollar and hiking the key interest rate to 133%. The measures have led to a surge in consumer prices, according to official data released earlier in the month. Right, so second Ezra, the 15th chapter, it's not just going to take place here in America. It's going to take place all in South America, Europe, is because all those things that second Ezra, the 15th chapter speaks about, spoiling one another houses with the sword, so on and so forth. All right, because of the lack of bread and great tribulation. All right, that's going to happen globally, because those are the things that consist of Jacob's trouble, and Jacob's trouble is going to be global. It's not just going to be in America, even though America is going to get it worse, but it's going to be global. Why? Because Israel is scattered everywhere, especially in South America. All right, because the vast majority of our people are in South America. So it's not just going to happen in America, it's going to happen everywhere. And there's a strong chance, places like Venezuela where it might kick off first. All right, and then from South America, make its way up to the North Americas, which again is going to get it the worst, which North America is Babylon the Great. According to the official data released earlier this month, the annual inflation in Argentina hit a three-decade high of 254% in January. This has turned to cause the household incomes to collapse, greatly diminished. And when the economy collapses, when the people purchasing power goes to zero, and people are already broke and living in poverty, what are they going to turn to? They're going to turn to crime. All right. Again, like Second Ezra, the 15th chapter speaks about. It speaks about spoiling one another houses with the sword. Spoil means to take. All right. Then after that, what comes after that? After the grocery stores are gone, the grocery store, the full storehouses are empty, and after they took all their neighbors' food, what comes after that? Cannibalism. And it's not just going to happen here in America; it's going to happen everywhere. All right, because Jake is scattered everywhere. Just worse in some places. It's going to be worse in other places, but it's going to happen globally because Jake is scattered everywhere. Anywhere where there's a so-called what's the word? Civilization, I guess, a civilization society. Where it's grocery store, places like that is going to happen. Diminish consumers' purchasing power, exorbitant poverty levels. All right, so they're suffering major poverty right now in Argentina because the value of the dollar is basically going to zero. All right, and eventually that's going to cause all hell to break loose. The way things are looking. Because again, that guy Malay or whatever his name is, he's showing clearly what his allegiance, who his allegiance is to. All right, and it ain't to the Argentinian people; it's to the small hats, to the Edomites. That's who is which he might be an Edomite himself. He might his ancestors might just be an Edomite, Amalek, or something like that, one of the Edomite tribes. All right, he might just be pretending to be, but who knows? All right, all I know is things shit is collapsing everywhere, and it's not just gonna be there; it's gonna be everywhere. All right, especially here in America, like I said before. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord. It's like here. Read it again. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, which the people in Argentina are, all right, the tribe of Naphtali. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yahweh in the land. Right? When you look it up, which I just looked it up before I did the video, the top religion in Argentina is Roman Catholicism. That's the top religion. All right, which is not of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, at all. All right, Roman Catholic, Most High ain't with Roman Catholicism. All right, or the false prophet, the Roman Church. All right, the Most High ain't with it. All right, so there's no truth of Yahweh Shah in the land. The majority of people there represent worship Cesare Borgia. All right, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, and they break out and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn. Right, and it's going to be everywhere Jake is. All right, and it looks like it's about to hit Argentina. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwell therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. And yet, yea, the fish of the sea also shall be taken away. Right, so the Most High is going to bring judgment there. All right, and we jump down to verse 6 real quick. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and the people there are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. They don't know. The majority of people there, and they got the internet there. They know about Israel. All right, But the majority of people down there have rejected the truth. Again, they're all into Roman Catholicism. All right. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. I mean, they don't know the ways of Yahweh or Yahweh Shah, even though it's out there. Since thou, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, and thou should be no priest in me, seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of that power, and I will